I don't know about the rest of you on radio entrepreneurs who tune in every week, but I wait every week for my Mark Z moment. The moment that Mark Zwetchkenbaum, president of Mark Z Legal Staffing, comes on the show and gives us tip on personnel and labor issues. And in this economy, it's all about people. Welcome back, Mark.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be here. Thank you for
Thank
having me, and happy summer, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. That's right. We're just at the beginning of the summer. And what words of wisdom from the great and all-powerful Mark Z this week?
Well, Jeff, I thought we would talk about it. I think that the business community is talking doom and gloom, and with what's going on with inflation and some of these other economic indicators. And so I talked to several hiring authorities and people that are involved in hiring in terms of their thoughts. And what they said was that, yes, we've done some hiring, especially because we've had immediate needs, but we are taking a long-term view and thinking strategically when we hire now. So we're not just hiring for an immediate skill set, we're hiring looking long-term, strategically, and employees that would not only bring short-term value, but long-term value. And it's a little more strategic. And so we talked deeper. And so I said, well, when you're doing some hires, what's important to you? So one of them, they talk about like employees that are all in. So employees that really want to go the extra yard are going to ask them, what else more can they do? Not do the minimum. You know, we've been in.
One of the things I say is you need people who live the mission or they shouldn't be on the boat.
Correct. And before it was keeping up with the growth of business and plugging in, or as they say, plug and play in terms of talent. Now it's strategic. So looking for employees, again, that are all in. Employees also that are looking to better themselves within the company. For example, if the company has technology training or has different responsibilities that the employee has to learn, that employee will make the effort to learn it, as opposed to saying, that's not my job, or that, I'll get to that. Somebody who really will get involved. And then the last thing, employees that are accessible. It's not just about being in the seats or not being in the seats, but being accessible, because a lot of the clients of the firms or the companies, they have needs that need addressing that are not traditional within the 9-to-5 space. And obviously in this market, we've learned that the 9-to-5 is gone in a lot of respects, but a lot of people shut down after 5 or after a certain period. And it's important, a lot of these employers, to have people that are accessible, that will get back to them or will follow up on things. So it's the basic things that you're looking for. An employer traditionally would look at an employee, but it's strategic thinking.
You know, the way I sort of hear it, Mark, and I think it's important because employers tend to, sometimes be overreactive. Supply chain, prices, I need clients, I need financing, but they tend to hire without really taking their time and hiring the right people. And when you hire the right people, it's not just better for the prospective employee, but the other employees who exist, but also the employer. Stability is a better way to build a business. Take your time, hire the right people. You're more considerate as a leader when you really show your organization that you're looking for the right fit, not just fit, plug and play. If you're managing plug and play, I think it leads you to trouble with everybody. So I'm really glad that you brought that up, Mark.
No, it's so important, because even if the economy slows, and you and I have been through several economic downturns, but when the economy, employers are always going to be hiring, but they're thinking strategically. In fact, they're looking at their bench and they're saying, who is doing a mediocre job and who is really going the extra yard, who's providing that level of competence and work that we need. And that's what's going to weigh in decisions. So you're going to have people that are going to really step up and continue to show that they can step up. And those are the people that are going to be on a continual trajectory. And you're going to have other people that were just role players. And those are the people that really should self-evaluate now if they're looking long-term.
Good advice, Mark. And if somebody wants to find you and learn more about these things and get help to be in the right place at the right time with the right organization, how would they find you?
Well, first of all, go onto the Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com, or Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C and the letter Z, or marczlegal.com, marczlegal.com, or 617-338-1300.
Right. And for full disclosure and not too much detail, I will be seeing Marc Z in person this weekend for the first time in 2 years. I think I better get prepared for a big hug. The famous Marc Z hug.
I thought you were going to say, I think I get prepared for a big food bill, but yeah. I'm watching my weight. I think I'll surprise you.
Well, we all know the notorious Marc Z hug. It's infamous in this part of the world. So I want to tell everybody that this is Radio Entrepreneurs, and we've been speaking with the fabulous Marc Z, and we're going to come back with more stories after this break.